Hey, whoever's watching. So I thought I'd do a quick recap about how this weekend went because it was very, very emotional. So whoever wants to watch this and listen, go ahead. Anyway, so we went to Mansfield Horse Trials, Parkridge Hay Mansfield Horse Trials. And Saturday we had our dressage and our show jumping. And he was tense as normal for Ziggy in the dressage, but I didn't come out crying, so that's always a good sign. But anyone that knows that horse, he knows it. You know what a struggle it is getting around a dressage test. He just gets extremely tense, and I can do lots of suppling work with him in the warm-up, get him going half decent, but as soon as I go over towards the dressage arenas or anywhere, like even in a new warm-up area, it'll take me at least another 20 minutes of suppling and stretching and suppling and moving him everywhere, moving his body all around to get him half rideable again. And you don't have that luxury when you go into a dressage ring. You've got to go in. So everybody knows how stressful, I don't even get nervous for dressage. I just ride it off. I know it's going to be shit. So, I mean, I still ride him as best as I can. Like, I still want to try, but like, I know we're never going to be competitive in the dressage phase. So there's no point in really getting nervous, I guess. So, the judge was very generous, though. I don't know if just other people hadn't really shown much, but she gave us like a 7 for our stretchy trot. And if you saw on the video, which I'm not going to post, but it's no, it's like a 6, 5.5 to 6 for a stretchy trot if I was to judge that. But she was just very generous, so thank you. And then on Saturday we also did our show jumping round. I was really happy with his show jumping round. The course was really nice. It was nice, open, big, no sharp turns, no obvious sharp turns. We still had to do some hairpin turns, but nothing like, that would cause you to pull a rail really. And I rode him a lot more forward this weekend than I did in Geelong, so I tried to not get in his way as much, which I'll post that video on Facebook, or if I can work out how to edit this, maybe I'll insert it in here. But yeah, so I was really, really, really happy with his show jumping around. Plus he just felt really good. Like he just felt like he was jumping really nicely, and I need some work there. I think I need some show jumping lessons, but Ziggy was jumping really good. Good, Zeke. Good boy. And then the next day on Sunday we did cross country. So warming up for cross country, my God, he was just jumping out of his skin. The warm up was just hell, because he was just like jogging and going sideways, and when he gets like that, his back just gets like rock hard, and it's like hitting a brick wall every time you try and like rise, trot, or every time you just try and do anything. So I only did a few of the practice jumps and then waited till we went down to our cross country, and they were doing 2-minute intervals, which was nice. So the guy at the top was like, all right, you've got 2 minutes. And I was like, okay, like just I'll come in when it's a minute. So he's like, okay, you've got a minute. So I walk down to the area and I'm just waiting there, and Ziggy's just losing his shit. And I know Ziggy takes time to get in the start box. He always has. I need at least 10 seconds before we start to get him into the start box, and then I can usually somehow hold him in there for 10 seconds. But this guy didn't give me my 30-second warning, and he didn't give me a 20-second warning. He just started counting down from 10, and I was like, what? And I'm like, frig, don't want to swear. I was like, crap, like I have to try and get him in the box now. So I'm like, crap, I've got 10 seconds to get him in the freaking start box. And I'm like, go, go, go. And Ziggy's like, nah. And he's like going backwards and doing a couple rears. And I'm like, freaking hell, like, dude. And then the guy's like, okay, 0, go. And I was probably just entering like the first half of the start box. So I lost like 3 seconds trying to get him through the start box. And I was thinking, that's going to cost me those 3 seconds just trying to do that. And I was so angry at the guy because I didn't get any sort of countdown, like any kind of like warning apart from the 10 seconds. And I was anyway, I wasn't happy. Anyway, Ziggy cruised around the cross country, strong but eager, so that was nice. Bit different to Geelong, where he was just kind of picked a pace and stuck at it, which was a nice change. But then we had that run out. Well, that stop. It wasn't even a run out, it was a stop at some pot plants. Anyway, but this time around I was a bit worried about an arrowhead. They had an up, a down, like an A up, B down onto C, which was an arrowhead. And I know he doesn't properly lock onto arrowheads. They kind of confuse him a little bit. So I was just cautious of that. But we got through that and he jumped the water beautifully. I've got some videos, so I'll just put some videos in. Anyway, I was like, I've got to make time. Like I really wanted to make time because I want to step up to 2-star, and I need to make sure I'm constantly making time in 1-star before I step up to 2-star. So then I was like hoofing it because I was like, I've lost like 3 or 4 seconds just getting him through the start box. And Mansfield have like gullies. So like you go kind of through like deep bits like that. So we had a couple of those, and of course you got to slow your horse down to get through those because you can't gallop through those. So you like there's certain spots where you lose time, and I was really conscious of like where I would lose time. Like I knew I was going to lose time at the arrowhead jump because I brought him back for it. I knew I was going to lose time going through those gullies. So then I was like, okay, well I can make my time up on this long stretch over this jump here. This one we can go at a gallop. Those kind of things. And anyway, we got clear and we went through the line, and my watch went off as we were going. No, I looked down at my watch as we were going through the finish flags, and I saw the time. It was like 4:32, which was the optimum time, spot on. But I'm pretty sure I clicked my watch a few seconds later because I was already galloping him when I clicked my watch because I was too busy trying to get him through the start box. And I was like, great. I'm like, I've just gotten time because I couldn't get him through the start box. So that was fine. And then our scores come up, and what do you know? I got 0.8 of a time penalty, and that was all fine. And I was a bit annoyed at it because if the guy had given me my 30 seconds, 20 seconds warning, I wouldn't have got those time penalties because I would have already had him in the start box because I know what he's like because I've done a lot of events on him. So then I just inquired about it, and I was like, what's the go? Like, what happened? And the TD's like, oh, well, you can make an inquiry. And I was like, yeah, why not? Won't hurt. And I didn't think much of it because I'm pretty sure the guy did it to the whole class. So it wasn't just me that he did it to. He would have done it to everybody in the class. So I didn't actually think that the lady would side with me. And she's like, rang me up and she's like, okay, we're giving you the benefit of the doubt and we've taken the penalties off. And I was like, wait, what? Because I like didn't expect that. I was just like, why not? Like, let's see what happens. And I was a little annoyed. And I was like, holy crap. And I was like, oh my God, does that mean I've just won? And then I was like, I've just won. And I've literally won 2 horse trials in my life. I've been riding since I was 8. And one of them was when I was like 13 or 14. And the other was when I was the only one in the class. So as long as I didn't get eliminated, I won. So like, winning something just means a lot, because I never win and I try so goddamn hard all the time, and I could go on and on and on. I get too emotional about it. It's a touchy subject, let's put it that way. So then for the next 2 hours, I was like, oh my God, like, is this real? And then I said to my sister and I said to my mum, I'm like, this is just not my luck. Like, these things don't happen to me. I'm not a lucky person. Like, if shit's gonna go wrong, it always happens to me. Always. And I know a lot of people can say that, but like, it really does always happen. So I said to him, you know, I'm not counting, like, I mean, I was getting excited. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, whatever. And I was like, but I don't want to tell anybody and I don't want to express it to anybody or anything until that rug is literally on his back. And about 30 minutes before presentation, I get a call from the TD and she's like, oh, look, they protested your protest and I'm sorry, but I've rescinded, or whatever that word is, my decision. She's like, you were there in the 10 seconds and it was your job to get him through the start. Like, she just completely backtracked on everything that she said to me in the first phone call. And I was like, I was down there for 30 plus seconds and he just started counting down from 10 seconds. Like, so yeah, I was there on time and it was my job, but it's also his job to give me more warning. Anyway, I was just too like my emotion just like dropped, and then I just started crying because like I said, like, a win it just doesn't happen to me ever. So it's very emotional, and I'm getting emotional even talking about it. Oh fuck. Anyway, so that happened about 30 minutes before presentation, and we ended up coming third, which third is great. I would have been annoyed still because of the whole thing that happened at the start of cross country. But if she had just said that everybody else was in that situation that you were in, so I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not going to give you, like, I'm not going to take the time off, it would have been fine. Like, I wouldn't have gone through that emotional, like, high that you get. Well, I assume people get. I wouldn't really know, but I got one, thinking like, I was like, this can't be real, like, what the hell, to then just get absolutely crushed and being like, sorry. And then for her on the phone to be like, oh, you know, there'll be other events, like, you'll be able to win again. No, lady, you don't know me, you don't know my horse, you don't know our situation. This probably was our one shot of winning something. Anyway, but that doesn't matter. It's just I don't even care. It's just the fact that she gave it to me and then she took it away, and it, like, 30 minutes before presentation. So it was just very hard to emotionally deal with. So, oh, stop it. So anyway, so I'm super happy with how Ziggy went the whole weekend. He was great. He even drank. He drank nearly a bucket of water overnight, which is massive, like massive for him. He was really settled. He jumped great. Like, he just felt like he's got wings. And I got my qualification for 2-star. So I definitely think we're ready for the 2-star now. But it just was a bit of an emotional day that had nothing to do with Ziggy, really, because he was wonderful and I was I'm still really happy with how he went, especially compared to Geelong. Like, he didn't let me down at all this weekend, apart from if he. But I know what he's like through the start box. That's not even him at all. Like, he's always been like that. So yeah, so that was the weekend. So anyone that watched this, thanks. And I could crap on heaps longer, but I won't. So yay for third place though.